Hello, artists. It's Mrs. Schmudlock here. I'm so glad I grabbed that off my desk before I left school yesterday. I'm in my home office / art teacher space. And I'll show you around just a little bit. Don't mind the mess. But I set up this little workstation for me to teach from. Trying to get some good lighting. Here's kind of my home office space. My dad helped me build that counter. Don't look at all my messes. And I've got all my art supplies and things around. Aw, there's Henry when he was a baby. And he painted on a big canvas when he was 1 year old. So this is my space, and this is where I'll be working from, hopefully in the future, so that you can kind of see where I'm at, what I'm working on, and I can give you activities from here. Sorry, I'm trying to focus this. So I have my iPad arm, just like at school, and I'm using my iPad to kind of show you what I'm doing with my hands. So I'll kind of get started here. This first assignment that I'm going to have you do is for first grade all the way through fifth grade. So if you have brothers or sisters at home and you are wanting to do this project together, that would be a really awesome thing to do and have some family time. And on Tuesdays, I'll try to have individual assignments for different grade levels. But what's tricky about art is that you don't maybe necessarily have the materials that we would normally have in the art room. And some of my plans this spring were using different materials like yarn or clay or paper mache. And unfortunately, we just don't have those things at home necessarily. So we're going to stick with either simple drawing lessons or some crafting kind of things that you can do with materials around your house. So I have to laugh because when this whole coronavirus stuff sort of came out last week, not many people, I don't think, rushed to the art stores and bought a bunch of supplies. But what people did buy a lot of was toilet paper. So you might have some toilet paper rolls around at home, or you could dig through your recycling to see if you have any around, or paper towel rolls. And for this first kind of practice assignment, since we're getting used to virtual learning, is going to be using 2 toilet paper rolls and really anything that you want to use to attach pieces together. So I'm going to use, I used hot glue for this example. And you can see I'm using these toilet paper tubes to make a sculpture. But if you have glue at home, even a stapler would work for this probably. I have a little mini stapler that probably would work. Otherwise, tape would work as well. So if you're old enough to use hot glue and you have hot glue at home, you could try that out. Or if you have an older sibling who could help you, just make sure you talk to your family first so that you're not using things that are dangerous. But I'll show you how to make this flower because we're thinking about spring. I already noticed some of my tulips popping up in my garden. And I did this painting a while ago, just practicing with some new paints, and it kind of got me thinking about radial symmetry, which is symmetry in the round. And a lot of flowers have radial symmetry, meaning they're equal on many different axes. So it has multiple points of symmetry. And for this project, you just need to flatten your tubes. So you'll press and kind of press them down onto the table to flatten, because you need 2 folds. And you're going to cut these. And I think I got about 4 pieces from 1 toilet paper tube. So you could cut it in half and then in half again. And it makes this really pretty, it's like a football shape, but it makes kind of a nice petal shape for your flowers. So I'll cut this one in half too, just estimating. And then this is where the gluing comes in. So if you have hot glue at home, you could easily put a line of hot glue here and just press these two together. You could even hold them like this and squeeze for a little while. If you're using school glue or Elmer's, you would have to hold and maybe count to 50 in your head for each one of these. You could use tape if your family has tape, or if you wanted to try even like colored tape. If you have washi tape at home or duct tape, that would work too. Otherwise, a stapler would work. So that's what I might have Henry do when he's pressing and holding these together. You could do a combination too, staple and glue. So you're going to glue or attach all of these 4 together, just in a row. And when they're sturdy or when the glue is dry, they'll kind of flare out like so. And you'll do the other one as well. And what I was kind of thinking as I was making mine is, you don't have to make a flower if you don't want. If you have another idea of ways to get this to attach and make some sort of sculpture with it, even just making a beautiful sort of stem of petals would be really neat, and you could hang this. I'm going to hole punch my flower through 2 of the pieces of cardboard, so my petals pinched here, and I'm going to run some string through this, and I could hang this in a window. So this is just kind of a fun idea to get you crafting at home, making something. And if you want to do it with some siblings, like I said, that would be a really fun time for you to spend some together time with your siblings. If you don't have paper towel or toilet paper tubes at home, but you had maybe a sturdier piece of mail or envelope, paper, maybe you have some craft supplies at home that you could use. You could also make this shape by cutting a rectangle, long skinny rectangle, folding it in half, and gluing or attaching your pieces together to make that petal shape. And maybe you want to make something to add on to this, or maybe you want to use multiple colored paper to make a colorful flower. If you wanted to, even a step further, you could color these before you attach them with marker. You could paint them. You could use colored pencils or crayons if you wanted to add a little pizzazz and make these a little more colorful. But there you go, your first assignment in art. And let me know if you have questions, and also let me know if you did this. Share a picture with me, or maybe share a little video of you and your sister or brother doing this together. I would love to see you. I miss you so much, and we'll chat soon. Bye-bye.